Oh man, can we continue to talk about the ongoing toy apocalypse that's happening right now? I mean, it's it's just crazy. It's like I've talked about Hasbro with their layoffs and everything, but another one that was brought to my attention by quite a few people was the Funko layoffs, and the fact that Funko was performing so poorly that they were literally going to dump inventory because it would just cost them less to just dump inventory, which is absolutely insane when you think about it. It's like, just imagine for a second, you have millions of items sitting around your garage, sitting around your neighborhood, and everybody just systematically decides, instead of just selling them direct to the buyer, we're just going to dump them because no one wants them. And I feel like the problem for Funko was essentially oversaturation. See, Funko, like Hasbro, like Mattel, like a lot of these other companies that are starting to feel the sting, these larger companies, they thought that what was happening during the pandemic was going to be a long-term effect. They thought the buying of figures, buying of games, buying of novelty items, buying of it, they thought that this was not a fad. They banked on the fact that this was going to outlast the pandemic. It was like, we brought in all these new customers. Little did they know that people, after the pandemic, the ones that didn't lose their jobs right away, people were going to go back to work. They were going to start doing activities. Collecting action figures is not exactly an activity for an outdoorsy type of person. But when you're locked inside your house for months, for a year, in some places, multiple years in some other places, collecting action figures, not that bad. Something cool to do. It's a little cool activity, something. And there's a built-in ecosystem. There's a built-in group of people who are built to support you, and or you can send photos to. You can talk about all the new pre-orders. There's a built-in ecosystem for it, so it works. And Funko was even more of a niche, I would say, than any other company, because Funko is the type of product where it's like, you really have to like that style. You have to really enjoy that style in order to collect things. And granted, some of their display pop things that they come out with the last few years have been very impressive. Some of them have been really impressive. The comic book ones I really like. But I wasn't going to pay what they were charging for them. I didn't think they were anything special that I was going to run out my house to go buy them once I found out they were in a store. I mean, it's just there's a reason why they're just dumping inventory. I mean, I literally told my wife, I said to her, listen, we need to find out where they're going to dump all this stuff, and we need to raid that thing. I was like, there's going to be a bunch of freaking single women and freaking and just obsessive compulsive collectors that absolutely are their audience. Because let me tell you something, their Disney stuff, all my female friends that are single love their Disney stuff. Oh, they have all the princesses and all the displays and all the place settings and all that stuff. Oh my God, they love them. And I was like, that dump is going to be absolutely full once that location's given out, once it's pinged on Apple Maps. Oh man, all you're going to see over the horizon is a massive amount of women driving their mid-sized sedans and SUVs 100 miles an hour, running over the competition, like just trying to get their hands on all of those Funko Pops. Because let's be honest here, I know a lot of dudes that love Funko Pops, but there's way more dudes collecting like Transformers, G.I. Joe, Classified, Marvel, Legends, stuff like that. There are way more dudes collecting that than there are Funko collectors. So it's a niche. It's a niche audience. And so when that branched out and they purchased Mondo, which Mondo, I had a kind of a enjoyable relationship with Mondo because my wife used to give me those the tiki mugs all the time. I have several here and now, so every like occasion I used to get a tiki mug, and I freaking love those things. So when Mondo got bought out by Funko, I was like, oh, okay, this might make sense. This could be something interesting. Bigger distribution. You might find more Mondo stuff in stores. They're higher end. The 1/6 scale stuff would probably still be online purchases only. I doubt you'll be able to find you'll find people willing to pay $200 for a figure in store, but online, people still buy it. Their Master of the Universe figures are amazing. Their Batman figures are amazing. I was really looking forward to their Jubilee, and I wanted to get the Wolverine. I got the Mech Spider-Mans. I like those. Those are super cool. But yeah, I was very excited about this. It's like more distribution. Maybe even Mondo would go for like the 1/7 scale, or they would try to like tap into the 1/6 scale for some of their figures. It was like that. I thought the sky was the limit, or maybe Funko would start taking a little bit of Mondo, and some of their figures, instead of just being standalone, standstill vinyl display figures, they would actually have a little bit of posability to them or something like that. I honestly thought the sky was going to be the limit. And then this happened. Yikes. So Funko is basically just gutting Mondo right now. They're gutting their staff. They've gotten rid of all the founders of the company. I mean, this is terrible. This was terrible to read. I was disgusted. I was just like, this is one of those things where these giant companies, when they fail, they decide to destroy everything else so that they can prop themselves up. They just want to prop up some stock price or something like that. This is what the toy apocalypse is going to look like. This is what it's going to look like. All their brands, they're going to start destroying them. They're going to start dismantling them. And I mean, Mondo is basically going to go the way of the dinosaur. Honestly, I think so. I don't think this is already it was already a small company, but they were a small company that I really had high hopes for, and I thought this would be a great opportunity for them to expand their customer base, and Funko, just because Funko's going into the crapper because of their terrible decisions, they decided they're going to blow up Mondo. And this is what people talk about with smaller companies. When smaller companies merge, wink wink nudge nudge, with larger companies, or we as a consumer end up being the ones holding the bag. And it's sad too, because some of their figures are amazing. Yeah, some of them have QC issues. Granted, yeah, that He-Man that breaks in half. Yeah, okay, I get it. Every company has QC issues, but for the most part, the figures I've handled, the tiki mugs that I have, they've been spot on. They've been very well done. But QC issues do happen. Fair enough. But the fact that they're just completely dismantling this small company that they just bought, was it last year? They just bought it, and they're already dismantling it, shows me that they had no clue what to do with this company. They just bought it because it was there. And I don't know what the owners, what their whole rationale was for selling to Funko, but I don't think I hope they land on their feet. I hope they start another company, honestly, and we can get back what we lost, what we're going to lose, because these are really well done 1/6 scale figures, and these are really, people talk about their posters. I personally have never purchased any of their posters, but I'm very disappointed. This is disgusting. But this is the toy apocalypse. This is what's going to happen. They're going to take these smaller brands that they've absorbed over the years. They're going to destroy them. We see that right now at Hasbro. They're destroying Wizard of the Coast. Oh my God, they're destroying D&D. They're destroying it, full blast, no stop. They're just destroying it with their stupid decisions. And Funko, once again, they're destroying this company with their stupid decisions. I think their rationale is people are going to not be in the high-end market. Honestly, people are in the high-end market, but you just got to make the figures so people can buy them. Like I know people who have pre-ordered the upcoming Jubilee and Magneto. I know people who have pre-ordered them. Is it enough people? I don't know, but I know people who love these figures, and they've pre-ordered them, and they're ready to go. And I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to drop these figures. We'll see in the future, but I'm very saddened by this. And this is the kind of crap that I don't like. These big companies, I don't like that they do. They're destroying the collecting game with price hikes, with bad QC, destroying enthusiasm. This is what they do. And then they want to come to us and say, oh, but buy this, buy that. But we're not. This is why you're failing. You had enthusiasm, but you decided to raise prices. You decided to make all these bad decisions that led to the enthusiasm from the normie fan. You made it disappear, and it's sad. Very sad. Anyway, with that said, let me know what you think in the comments. Are you as angry as I am? Do you even care? Do you even collect Mondo? Are you pissed off at Funko in general? Do you even care about Funko in general? Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you check out the community tab. I post pre-orders, I post deals, and I post restocks as I come across them, and make sure everybody knows what's going on. And with that said, be safe, be good, and as the Drunken Prime cracking open another beer and signing off.